I could not find the light, so I left, and the woman said she would have knocked me out cold if I came after them. Keep in mind, they made a comment about everything. They were not that smart in a way, but took advantage of my situation. I had no family support, and my boyfriend was in on helping them, so I was easy prey. They did not do all this because I was special, but just because it was fun. They pretended to be people I knew, and they were real good at that point. I started losing weight and putting on makeup. They said it was a shame a woman let herself go like that for so long. I said real loud in my bedroom, I wish someone would jump my bones, and they made a sexual comment I will not repeat. I told him his penis could not reach that high in my window. Chapter 3. They would joke, compliment me, and insult me. I went to D.C. and could not even escape them there. I worked at this gas station and I had to be there at 4 in the morning to open by myself. I got paid under the table. They would shine their headlights directly at me at the window. They talked and talked. I felt the presence of Ed enter me and he left. I asked him to come back inside of me, and then that is when the real horror started. I will get back to this in a bit. They had it hooked up so I could hear the cars talking and the fans. I will get back to this in a bit too. One time I drove quite a way to pray in a church and came out to pouring rain. They gave me a flat tire, and thank God someone was at the post office to change my tire. I heard my boyfriend outside saying he hated me. He wanted to know if this Ed really loved me. I told my boyfriend about Ed, and he did not seem surprised or upset. He denied any involvement in anything. The workers outside made comments about me outside the apartment. My family was concerned, so they moved me to a motel room in a different county. I looked in the mirror and said out loud that I was glad I could not hear anything. One man said that was too bad, and Ed laughed. I was in a smoking room, and they were in a non-smoking right next to me. They said they were going to rape me when I went to sleep. Ed claimed priests sent him to watch over me. I woke up and thought I saw Ed in my motel room. They claimed they raped me, but I said it must have been light because I did not feel a thing. The stalkers laughed. I went to a church to pray, and there was my St. Bernadette medal that Ed stole out of my trunk. He one time also took one of my knee highs when I had a job interview. I was so isolated at the motel room, and my family wanted me to get on my own in 2 weeks. I finally begged my boyfriend to let me come back, and he did. A friend of mine was so paranoid about the problems I was having, she said she thought she heard someone call her a whore. They were waiting for me to leave the apartment, so I told my friend they could just wait till I was ready to leave. Chapter 4. I finally gave these people a show. I danced to Christian music like I never danced before in my life. I was in a purple nightgown and makeup. I danced really well. Then I took my clothes off and danced. It was much better with my clothes on, like the game player said. The worker outside said I guess she is doing her part. Dykes were hot for me too, which made my blood boil. My boyfriend came home mad and did not say a word. I knew he had knowledge of everything. When my possession began, the stalkers indicated that Ed would be coming over and he was of the devil. He never did come to my apartment. I lay in my bed, and instead of them talking out loud, they began to talk to my mind silently. They told me no priest would help me, and if I went for help, I would be locked up for life. I drove quite a distance to see a priest. They chased me because the stalkers did not want me to go. I got to my destination, and sitting on the fence was a black raven. That bird gave me the creeps. The priest told me he was not qualified. I went to another priest, and he would get back to me. I sat down on my couch, and just to let you know, Kat knew before I did about all the talking. I sat on the couch, and I was shaking. I could not even hold a cigarette. I knew then I had to go to the psych unit. I told my boyfriend I would drive myself. I begged the hospital to let me stay in a residential home so I could still smoke. I went there, and there was a big storm. It was night, and I saw this man get out of his truck on the road, threatening to come after me. After I became an outpatient, I saw that same man eating at the cafeteria with Ed. My counselor at the time brought me cigarettes. I was so terrified to smoke outside by myself and afraid to be alone in the house. The counselors kept the doors unlocked, and I was afraid they were in the house. A client there at the same time was trying to get me to go to his bedroom. I might have been terrified.